Welcome to the Kingdom Corner. I'm your host, Andrew, and with me, as always, is my great friend, Mr. Dale Baker. And before we get started too much, if you like this podcast, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your friends, comment, do all those great things. And if you do those things, spoiler, we might be having something coming your way before too long. More about that coming later, though, so we'll see. Mr. Dale, how are we feeling about the Chiefs this season?
Man, we've made it to opening week here. I mean, we are days away from real football.
That's right.
Not that college football is not real football, but I tell you what, this weekend was pretty disappointing, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're 3 days away from the start of the NFL season and
Yeah,
4 days away from the start of real football when the Chiefs start. So
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know what the NFL is thinking about Cowboys Eagles. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's man, I know the Eagles won the Super Bowl and they always get the first
Right.
game, but that's not the matchup I would have picked for the Eagles to start the season off for the NFL. But I guess if you're a Dallas fan, there's Dallas fans everywhere for whatever reason, and they flock to the TV to watch their Cowboys. So
Oh yeah, I mean, sure, I'll get a good rating, but yeah, because people miss football. So,
that's
but we're not
right.
here to talk about the Cowboys. Let's talk about them Chiefs.
That's right. How about them Chiefs? So today we're going
That's
to be
right.
talking about the Chiefs, their schedule, the predictions we might have for them going into the season. Who is the biggest threat to the Chiefs this
Oh
year
yeah.
in their own division and in the AFC, and maybe even potentially in the Super Bowl? Who would be the team we would not want to face it in that scenario? And also, we're going to preview the Chargers game coming up and all those things that have gone on this offseason with the Chargers as well as the Chiefs, and now how does that change the matchup and all those things going forward? So,
Yeah.
all that and more is coming up. So, come hang out with us.
Mahomes looks to throw it. Pump faking right side. He wants it. A comeback cut. It is caught by Kelsey. Touchdown! Kansas City. The game is over. The Kansas City Chiefs are champions.
All right, Dale. So, the first question we have to ask as we start this season is the Chiefs are now coming off a 3-time appearance to the Super Bowl, seeking out their fourth straight, hopefully hoping to get there. And so,
Yeah.
who is the biggest threat in the AFC West? Let's start with that because I've been hearing lots of people talking that the Chargers, the Broncos, and potentially even the Raiders could be a
Even
threat to the Chiefs. I'm not sure why the Raiders are,
yeah.
but apparently the Raiders are. So, who is the biggest threat to the Chiefs?
Um. Well, we hear every year. I mean, since the last, I mean, we've won the conference championship or the division championship for how many years in a row? And it's
7
every
years
year,
now.
7 years, and it's every year. Well, them Chargers are going to come and get us. But I think our biggest threat is our defense, just because of the unknowns. And so, if I would say it would be the Chiefs' defense, like with the safeties and the DBs, and the linebackers are still slow, as I like to point out. And so, like, I think our defense is like, how is our defense going to gel? Because, I mean, we are, even with our Super Bowl wins, we have depended heavily on the defense. So I'll say maybe this is not answering the question, not answering the question, but saying our defense will be the biggest question mark going into the season. So, but the team in the AFC West that is the biggest threat, I would have to say, are the Broncos.
All right. All right. So, your answer to the Chiefs' biggest threat is the Chiefs. So,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can get behind that a little bit too. So the
Yeah.
Chiefs are their biggest threat because the Chiefs can beat anybody if they want to.
Anybody?
And so, but I'll say I do not think the Raiders pose
No.
hardly any threat. I'm not saying they're not going to be improved. I think they will be improved. Just getting
Right.
Geno Smith and Pete Carroll in there, they're going to be improved. But they're not going to be competing for the division this first year. If they are, man, it's going to surprise me as well as everybody
Yeah.
else too. So
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be competing for the division this year. I think it's going to be between the Chargers and the Broncos, and I would actually say the Chargers are a bigger threat than the
Okay.
Broncos are to the Chiefs. Not that I don't think the Broncos will be good or maybe even improve, but I
Yeah.
think sometimes that second year for a starting quarterback in Bo Nix in Denver,
Yeah.
sometimes that does not prove out to be and to go very well for that starter because defenses and defensive corners are so smart. They see
Yeah.
your tendencies with a year of tape now, see what you like, what you don't like, what you struggle with. And now the second year, all these defensive corners are going to be throwing all the things that Bo Nix struggles with at him and seeing if he can adjust.
Right.
So Not that they couldn't be a threat or can't be a threat, but I just think at this point the Chargers are the bigger threat to the Chiefs, and the Chargers play the Chiefs so tough every
Oh
year,
yeah, every
every
year.
year. So I'm sticking with the Chargers for now.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think the Chargers made a lot of moves, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But yeah, I think for me, the Broncos, why I picked the Broncos was just because their defense was so good last year. And
Oh yeah,
then to add some more weapons with Bo Nix, and you're right. I mean, just get more tape on him. And so I hope none of them are good. I hope they're all a dumpster fire. I hope all their teams like, hey, we're going to sit out and wait for new contracts or something like that. Crazy. But, yeah.
yeah. If we could get the Patriots, uh, the division that they had during their run,
Yeah.
and get their kind of, uh, yeah, the run that they
Cupcake,
had
their
and all that.
cupcake
There you
schedule.
go.
I mean, for
Yeah,
20 years they played just inept teams.
yeah. The Bills were awful.
Yeah,
The Dolphins were awful. I mean, they had nobody in there. Even the Jets. I mean,
right,
they had nobody to compete against, and so it was almost a given. Like every once in a while, the Dolphins might beat them in one game,
right,
or things like that. But for the most part, they just rolled through that division. And I'd
right.
love for the Chiefs to have something like that, but it seems that we're not going to be as lucky and as fortunate as the Patriots were during their dynasty run.
Yeah,
So, but you've kind of put out some numbers here of what people are thinking about the AFC West, right?
right. Yeah. So this is from ESPN. So this is ESPN odds, if you will, for the who's going to win the division. So Chiefs are favored at -120, which is rare. So Vegas figures it out, but none of these experts can figure it out. Then you have
I
the
know.
Broncos, then the Chargers, and then the Raiders. So
Yeah. Well, and the Chargers are the 10-time preseason defending AFC West champions. So,
yeah,
I mean, we got that to compete with too. Every year for the past 10 years, it's going to be the Chargers
yeah,
division. Every year, it's the
yeah,
Chiefs. So,
yeah. So
yeah,
you would switch the Broncos and Chargers
I would.
then in that order.
I think a lot of people are betting on Bo Nix having taken another step forward in his game.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying he won't. I'm not
right,
disparaging that at all. And I'm not even saying he's not a great player. I'm just saying there's a lot of question marks on a second-year quarterback in the
right.
NFL.
Yeah.
And so he has more potential. The Broncos have more potential than the Chargers. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
But as of now, I think the Chargers are the ones that prove that they're worse off than the Broncos.
Okay.
So, but the Broncos could easily pass them up as well. So that's where
Yeah.
I'm sitting at.
So you're still having the Chiefs at the top and the Raiders at the bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So there you go.
Those two will agree on. So
All right, there you go. Yeah, I think so. I think you go either way. I mean, like I think we know what Justin Herbert is at this point. I mean, he's been in the league for a number of years now. I think this is year 7 for him, and so I mean, I think we know he's a good quarterback.
yeah, he is. He's a great quarterback.
I think
If
everything has to go right for him.
Yeah, he cannot single-handedly win you a game if his
Yeah.
defense or somebody can't step up.
Right.
Like Mahomes in so many playoff scenarios and even regular season games as well. We've seen him step up and almost force the win to come out of it
Right.
rather than just hoping that it falls in his lap. And I think Justin Herbert has a lot of good tendencies and a
Yeah.
lot of good ability to do those same things. But when it comes down to the very end of you have to do something to win, he'll make that play sometimes, but he's not making that play like Mahomes
Yeah.
does. So,
Right.
but nobody does it like Mahomes does. No one
No way.
does. And
No
so,
one.
because of that, it's hard for anybody in their division to knock off Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Patrick
And-
Mahomes was in the division, I would say Justin Herbert would be the best quarterback in the division.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd agree with that. That wouldn't be a hard push sale for me, Gino or Bo Nix.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like what's also pretty impressive, which I don't think it's talked a lot about because people have the Chiefs fatigue right now, is just how they have done it. For 7 years winning the division. 6 years they're going to the Super Bowl, and just doing it so well. Or I guess 5 years because they're 3-2. Yeah, so 5 and less, 6
5
years they went. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Five
So
Super Bowls in 6 years.
But then, like, the salary cap is against good teams, right? I mean, like, that's like the whole point of it. I mean, even like draft picks, you're picking 32nd every year, or 31st, and I mean, I
Yeah.
guess they did pick 32nd this year as well because they traded with the Eagles.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, like, it's just for them to keep this going is just so impressive. And I think, needs to be talked about more because I don't even think
Yeah.
the Patriots had a run like this.
No, not to this extent because they
Right,
just had to. The Patriots, they had a few key guys, like
right.
Tom Brady and your Edelmans and people like that. But
Yeah,
they banked on not necessarily drafting guys. They banked on signing a bunch of 1 or 2
yeah,
year free agents who
right,
were just there to make another name for themselves, playing for a low contract so they could go out and get another big contract
right.
somewhere else. And the Chiefs have based it more on drafting good guys, especially
Yeah.
even deep in the draft, finding key players like a Nick Bolton or a Trey Smith, right? And just
Or
these guys that they're
Pacheco.
yeah, or
Yeah,
Pacheco, all these guys that they're drafting late in
yeah,
the draft are making key contributions, and so the Chiefs are basing their whole run on making good picks in the draft.
yeah.
Yeah, well, then we got some Super Bowl odds going into this year too, right? So
Yeah.
tell me, Dale, please tell me, the Chiefs have got to be, if they're not number one, they've got to be at least number two, right?
Well, you would think, but you would be wrong. You
Oh,
would be wrong. So here the Super Bowl in order is the Eagles.
hmm,
Makes sense. They won it last year. The Ravens.
okay.
Yeah. The Buffalo Bills, which I did the Bills beat the Ravens last year in the playoffs?
I believe you are correct. Yes.
Okay, all right. But the Ravens, they've retooled. They're going to come back. They're going to be even better. And then we have the Kansas City Chiefs, the Detroit Lions, and this one I put this one in here because I thought it was super odd. The Cincinnati Bengals are number
Man,
6. So usually top 5, but I thought this like
I,
their
I don't
defense
think
is.
I know. I don't think I'd put Cincinnati even in the top 10, let alone the
Oh
top six.
no,
Their defense is so awful. The best player on their defense, Trey Hendrickson, set out for the entire offseason. I
yeah,
think he did a hold in, as they say. So he
yeah,
was there, just wasn't participating. But when you're not participating, you're not in game shape. You might be working
no,
out, but you're not ready to start playing. And so you might
no, no,
know
no.
the schemes because you've been in the meetings, but
Right,
your best player was not participating though on your defense. And so now you're going to tell me that a team that scraped by to just try to get in the playoffs and missed it out last year, their best
right,
player on defense, who's their defense was awful last year too,
right.
and a lot of people think they're going to be even worse this year.
Yeah,
That team has the sixth best Super Bowl odds.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know. I mean, Joe Burrow is good. I mean,
Oh
he is a
yeah,
good quarterback. I'm not saying that, but I
absolutely.
just don't. I mean, we talked about. I think we talked about this last podcast. Was just a little bit. Was that we've seen where you can have a good quarterback, a great offense, a dynamic offense, and not win because your defense it's a team game.
Yeah,
So yeah.
absolutely. I mean, every Super Bowl the Chiefs have won, their
Hmm.
defense has made big plays.
Right.
That first Super Bowl in 2019, or really their second, but first one in this run.
Yeah.
Uh, Chris Jones batted down, I think, 3 or 4 passes on the
Right.
last drive or two alone of the
Right.
49ers,
Right. Right.
right? And then we had uh, the Eagles game, right, where
Yeah.
our defense even had a strip sack that was returned for a touchdown, right? And so,
Yeah.
and even in that first game, it's the game ended in that first game against the 49ers with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
interception, right?
Right.
Then the game against the 49ers this last time in the playoffs, Chris Jones busts through the middle and
Yeah.
forces an incompletion to make them kick a field goal in overtime instead of getting a touchdown. I mean,
Yeah.
so time after time, yes, you can win teams with a poor defense, but that defense still has to make plays.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And so I think that's what kind of what the Chiefs were early. I mean, the last 2 years, I think the defense really has like won games for the Chiefs. And
Yeah,
those early games, it was not necessarily like you have to win us games, but you have to give us spots, like either get stop, a big stop, get a big momentum switch, a turnover, or something like that. And I think that's what the defense has
yeah,
done. So, I kind of feel bad for Joe Burrow, and where his best years are being wasted. The window's small as the NFL, right? The window is small.
right. Yeah.
Maybe not
Well,
for
and
quarterbacks, yeah, but
And for
prime,
Joe Burrow too, one of
yeah,
his issues has been staying healthy as well, and he was healthy most of last year,
yeah,
so that was good. But I know he started the year last year a little banged up, and so just if he can stay healthy, their team is much better for it, as with any starting quarterback.
yeah.
But the thing that surprised me the most about that list is that even the Buffalo Bills are ahead of the Chiefs. This is the team that notoriously can't get past the Chiefs in the postseason, and yet they're
Yeah,
above the
yeah,
Chiefs. So here's what I'll say too: all these teams are much improved. This
right.
draft class just overall was stacked with players. I
Yeah,
mean, there's some great players came out of college just last year. So a lot of teams improved, but what a lot of people are forgetting, the Chiefs improved too,
yeah,
which we'll talk more about here in a little bit when we preview our Chargers game. But the Chiefs improved as well, and people are just looking over thinking, "Oh, it's the same old Chiefs." It's not the same old Chiefs.
yeah.
The Chiefs team is going to be much better than they were last year, even.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be way better, and you saw that in the preseason,
Yeah.
with just how them airing it out. Now Rasheed Rice being suspended the first 6 games is gonna be a little difficult, but he'll be. Which I heard, I think I read, I do read,
Oh,
uh,
there you go.
is that after 3 weeks he can come back and start training.
Oh, okay. That would
So
be very good.
So I think the first 3 games he can't be at the facility, or he can't be in the facility for those 3 weeks, and then after the third week he can start coming back to the facility and start ramping up because they know you got to ramp up. I mean, the league knows. So don't quote me on that, but I think that's what I read about
Oh no,
that. So
I'm for sure quoting you on that. Say, hey, I heard it from the source himself, Dale
all right,
Baker.
the authority, the Chiefs
That's right.
authority. So, but yeah, where would you? I mean, obviously you disagree with the Chiefs and when they're in that odds. But you think the Chiefs should be Super Bowl favorites, or do you think
I don't know that I put him above the Eagles as far as a
uh
betting favorite, but
yeah,
I put him number two above any of those other ones that you
right,
mentioned.
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I mean, even the Ravens, right?
right,
They've Lamar Jackson. I don't know what it is about the Ravens and even their coaching,
yeah,
but for whatever reason, they change up their scheme in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson
yeah,
plays a lot tighter in the playoffs, and they just struggle in the
oh,
postseason.
yeah,
And so, because of that, until they can prove to me that they can get over that hump of themselves, I
yeah,
don't know that I'm going to put them as a AFC favorite for the Super Bowl
no, yeah, and it's Josh Allen's year, right? We changed another rule for him.
every
We will
year.
see. We will
So,
see what rule will change after this year. And I thought the Lions one was pretty high too. I like the Lions. I like Jared Goff. I like MCDC. But I thought losing two coordinators is pretty big, and so that'll be interesting to see how
yep,
they bounce back. So, and that division, that AFC NFC North, got really good. Micah Parsons
yeah,
going up to the Green Bay. You
yeah.
have, yeah.
Well,
So,
I'll say this too on the NFC side, I don't think there's as strong of contenders as there are in the AFC side.
yeah, right.
So that makes their odds a lot better to make the Super
Oh,
Bowl
there you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that
than
makes sense.
AFC team.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I can see why the Lions would be that high, even if we don't think they're going to be as good as some of these other AFC teams.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's look at our schedule for the year real quick and go through this. We're not going to preview all these games because that's going to take
All
forever,
right.
but we'll preview them as we go throughout the season. But right now, you can tell me a one sentence quick thought about it and
All right.
a win or loss. We'll go back and forth picking between the two, but uh, we'll see up the Chargers for now because we're going to
Oh,
preview
okay.
that
All
here in a
right. Yeah. Yeah.
second. But
Smart.
we'll
Smart.
do the Chargers last. So our second game of the year, our home opener against the Eagles. It's a 325 game. I'm going to go ahead and say the Chiefs are going to win that game because of the bad taste in their mouth from the Super Bowl. But
Yeah.
that man, game could really go either way.
Oh yeah. 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 I'm gonna say yeah. Super Bowl revenge. And I think like yeah, they're gonna win. I would have them winning, but I wouldn't panic if they lost that game.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Uh, at the Giants for Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. Week 3, Jackson Dart will be starting, and we will take advantage of the rookie quarterback. So give me the dub.
I'll take the W there too. The Giants are going to be better, but not quite by week 3.
Yeah.
Week 4, the Ravens. This is another game that seems to always come down to the wire.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the Chiefs are going to drop this one. I think they're going
Okay.
to have to drop a couple of these just because of Rasheed Rice. And
Yeah.
also, when we get to that week, I'm probably not going to pick them to lose, but that's just what I'm going to pick here for them to drop.
Yeah, you guys will learn real quick that in the preview we don't pick them to lose very often. Maybe we
No.
should. May that help us with our, yeah. But no, I'm going. I think the Chiefs just it's becoming a mental thing now where they just own these teams, and I think it's going to be they're going to win against the Ravens.
All right. Well, we got at the Jaguars for Monday Night Football.
Yeah, give me the. I don't. It's Duval. I mean, it's still Clown Town.
Yeah, they haven't improved near enough to compete with the Chiefs. Not that they won't compete. I'm not
Yeah,
saying that, but
right.
there's not quite to the tier that the Chiefs are.
Yeah,
All right, then the following week, Lions on Sunday Night Football.
yeah,
The Lions are going to improve, but to your point, they lost both their coordinators. I'm going to take
yeah,
the W there as well.
yeah. Same reasons. Give me the dub for the Chiefs.
All right, and this will be the last game of the Rashid Rice suspension. We're going to be hosting the Raiders
All
in
right.
that week, and so for all the reasons we talked about the AFC West before, the Chiefs are going to get the W there.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. There's no question.
All right, first game back for Rashid Rice, Monday Night Football against the Commanders. Who you got there?
Yeah, give me. I can't. I don't think they're going 20-0, so I'm going to pick a loss here. I'm going to take a
Oh,
loss.
all right. I don't think they're going 20-0 either, but I think they're still going to get the win there. Rashid Rice is going to have
Yeah,
a big game and a big role, and they're not going to know how to prepare for Rashid Rice because there's not going to be any film on him for the year. The next week at the Bills, it's a 3:25 game. I'm going to go ahead and say that's going to be a loss there because the Bills beat us in the regular season every year, and the
yeah,
Chiefs beat them in the postseason.
that's right. Yep. But I'm going to take. We're going to break that curse. Hopefully, we continue we beat them both. I think it was a clean sweep of the Buffalo Bills, and I think it's going to be important for that one seed. If they want that one seed, they got to beat the Bills and the Ravens, and just to clinch that tiebreaker, because I think those two other teams are pretty good,
They are. They're very
and
good.
so I think we have to beat those two teams just to win the tiebreaker. So
Yeah.
that'll be huge.
All right. Then we get a week 10 bye. So thankful to have a later bye
Oh
this
yeah.
year. Then we're going to go to at the Broncos 3:25. I'm going to take the W there as well.
Oh yeah. You give Andy Reid 2 weeks on anybody. Good luck.
That's right. That's right. Then we played the Colts, and well, they're still the Colts.
They're still the
They're
Colts.
still trying to figure out who their quarterback is a week before
Yeah.
the season starts. So,
Oh man, four Colts.
yep. All right. Then we got at the Cowboys for the Thanksgiving Day
Yeah.
game.
Well, I think the Colts and the Cowboys are ran by the same people. So they are just they cannot figure that out. And we see again how important the quarterback. I mean, Chiefs fans know how important the quarterback is
Oh, yeah.
for the team. And like if you can't get that quarterback right, you're just a revolving door. And I know Dak is serviceable. He was hurt last year, so we'll see. I mean, they got weapons, but yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, and they also lost Micah Parsons, as you pointed out
Yep.
earlier. So
Yep.
it's a big loss. I'll take the W there as well. Then we have the Texans on Sunday Night Football.
Man.
Again, the Texans, great team. They're an up-and-coming team, but
Yeah.
I think unless they show great improvement this year, I just don't know if they're quite to the level of the Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs yet.
Yeah, no, not yet.
All right, then we got the Chargers again. This time is going to be at home. The first game was in Brazil, so this one's at home against the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the Chiefs the dub here. The Chargers are good, but I think the Chiefs again. Andy Reid knows how to coach against the Chargers.
Yep, absolutely. It'll be a close game, but the Chiefs
Oh,
will
yeah.
pull it out. Then
Yeah.
at the Titans, this might be one of the bottom teams in the NFL this year. So give me the Chiefs.
All right, yeah, I was gonna say the Titans are pretty interesting because of the rookie quarterback, and then you got Riley. Is it Riley? What is his name?
Yeah,
he
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, Ridley. Just got coming off a suspension for gambling, and so it'll be pretty interesting to see how they pair up. But yeah, I think overall the Chiefs just the depth as we saw in the depth chart.
Yeah,
It's
and then
too
we
much.
got the Broncos for the Christmas Day game at Arrowhead. Give me the Chiefs as well.
Yeah, see, I think we're splitting with the Broncos. I think we're sweeping everybody else.
All right, so you're going to take the L there.
Yep.
All right, well, at this point, we both have 2 losses, not counting our first game. And then the last game of the season is at the Raiders. That game is going to be determined, but it's going to so much depend on this game as to where the Bills and Ravens and those other teams are.
Right.
If the Chiefs play, they're going to win. If they sit their
Yeah.
starters, they're going to lose. So,
Yes. So there it is. Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and put the L there just because
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs are going to be sitting most of their starters.
Oh yeah. I think with beating both my schedule, beating both the Ravens and Bills, we'll have the tiebreaker, and we'll just go ahead. There's no matter what they could do.
All right. Well, if this proves out and we each end up with 3 losses, they're going to end up with 14-3, depending on what we predict this first game as. But
Yeah,
different games we're picking, but 14-3 either way. So, but let's preview the Chargers game real quick. There's not too much to dive into quite yet because the
right,
season hasn't started. We know nothing about either team. You can say you know about the teams and you can
right,
pretend like you do. And I'll just say this: anybody who sits, in front of a microphone and tells you they know what it's going to be like, well, they're lying to you. Nobody knows except for that team and those coaches what they're really going to
right,
be like. And even so, even the coaches don't know the full extent of what they have until the season starts. As we've
right.
talked about before, even with the offensive line, we don't really know how good Josh Simmons or Kingsley is going to play at left guard
No,
until that season starts because you don't get
Phew.
everybody's best effort in the preseason. So preseasons mean nothing. So now we're going into week 1 against the Chargers. We're playing down in Brazil, which that is a whole another thing. It is
Yeah,
crazy because they're playing in Brazil. It's a Friday game. So the NFL decided, you know what? Let's not just have one opening night. Let's basically have 2 opening nights
yes, they did.
back to back, right? And the crazy thing about Brazil is the NFL has instructed the players not to leave their hotel unless absolutely necessary because of all the crime that
Yeah,
happens around that area. And I'm thinking, I know you want to, extend your brand of the NFL to all these other
right.
places, but do we really want to do it at the extent of putting people in a dangerous
Yeah,
position?
harm's way. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder if family will travel with them.
I would sure think not.
Yeah.
I've
So
heard many players have been saying, by many, I mean, like the 10 people I've heard of,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they've said they're bringing like Xboxes and PlayStations just to stay in the room and play those while they're there.
There
So
you
they're
go.
going to a foreign country and just going to stay in their hotel just to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
safe. So, but going to the Chargers game, the Chiefs and Andy Reid are 10-2 in the openers with Andy Reid as the head coach.
Yeah.
So past 12 years, and remember one of those years was against the Lions just a couple years ago
Yep.
when Kadarius Toney forgot that he had to catch a ball to win the game, and that's why we lost that game. But anyways,
That's a whole yeah.
the Chiefs have won 7 straight games against the Chargers,
Wow.
and the Chargers have only beaten the Chiefs twice in the last 7 years. So, they're 12 or 2-12.
Yeah.
The Chargers are against the Chiefs in those years.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just with Andy Reid and the way he comes out and how he studies the game. I mean, the guy's a workaholic that we saw from the Kingdom documentary and just always in there looking at film, looking at things. So I think, like, yeah, you just give him enough time and he's had a whole offseason. I don't know, I guess what it would have been like May or March not March, probably May, April, when the schedule came out, knowing that the Chargers were going to
It
be
was
the
in
team.
May, yeah.
Yeah, he knew. So he knew that they were, hey, that's the team we're going to face. And I'm sure he's been looking at film, looking at tendencies. And also it helps that, like, it's a divisional opponent, right? Because you know a lot of the things that Justin Herbert likes to do. And then, yeah, Lad McConkey likes to do. And so it's going to be a challenge. But yeah, I think that, and I wonder what the Chiefs' record is overseas.
Oh, that's a good question. Hmm.
Because I feel like
I
we didn't lose the Germany game. We beat the
no.
Dolphins.
Even that year we were playing very poorly on a losing streak. We went over to
Yeah.
England and we got that first win uh, of that new streak. So, yeah, I don't know. And I know we played against the Chargers in Mexico a few years back,
Yeah.
and I can't imagine we would have lost that game just because we keep beating them. But that's just, it's a good question. I doubt that we've lost very many.
Yeah.
We'll put
So
it
I think
that way.
like also that has to help your psyche. Like just knowing that like, hey, we've done this, we traveled overseas, we know the program, Andy Reid's got it figured out. And so we're gonna be boom, 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 ready to go. And so yeah, I trust that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Chargers did add a few depth pieces to
Yeah.
their team this year. I mean, one of their big signings was Najee Harris.
No, yeah.
So they were a run first team last year and
Uh-huh.
didn't necessarily have the right pieces to do so.
Right.
But either way, they did, and so they signed Najee Harris, a big running back. But they also drafted a running back in the very first round, Omar Hampton, And so they are committed to running the football
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
It appears they drafted in the first round a running back, which most teams never draft running backs in the first round, but they thought this one was worth it. Signing Najee Harris, and so that's going to be a big key to watch this game is this running back room, and that's the thing to watch for this game to win is
There you go.
can we stop the run like we did last year? Last year we did fantastic against the run.
Yeah.
Can we continue that trend?
Derek Nottie, baby, gonna be filling that hole.
That's right. That's right.
So what does the offense have to do to secure the dub?
Well, know where Derwin James is at all times. So, but their defense also lost Joey Bosa, right? So
Yeah, right.
He's gone, and so that's
He's playing for the Buffalo Bills.
right. I know
Yeah.
the Bills get everybody,
Yeah.
who comes from the AFC West who rushed against us, like Von Miller, now
Yeah.
Joey Bosa. But yeah, and so that actually frees up a little bit of our offensive line for that first game at least.
Yeah.
One less guy to worry about.
But
Not
Khalil
that
Mack is someone you got to
That's
know
all
where's
I'm
on the
saying.
field.
Not
Yeah.
that they don't have guys who can still put some
Yeah.
pressure on them, but it's one less, right? And so the
Right.
Chiefs, in order to win this game, I think they need to be balanced. They need
All
to be able to actually run the ball. I'm not saying they have to have a 100-yard rusher, but they need to be able to at least get some good chunks in there to keep the defense honest. If they can do that, they're going to hit enough passes that they're going to get this game.
Yeah. I think for me, for the offense, I agree with you 100% what they need to do to win. But I think what I want to kind of see the offense do is kind of put the league on alert that, hey, we're throwing the ball down the field. And I want to see a couple, at least maybe 6 or 7 just bombs from Mahomes to either Worthy or Thornton. Is it Thornton? What's his name?
Yeah, Tyquan Thornton.
Yeah, Quaiton Thornton. So, yeah, I'd like to see that where we're just throwing bombs. And then that's going to open up the middle of the field for Travis Kelce and Noah Gray and Tunyon. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Well, is Tunyon back with the Chiefs? That they
I'm pretty sure that's what
I've
heard.
to their practice squad, but did they put him back on the active roster?
Well, I heard that they were going to because of Rashid Rice.
Okay,
So that
makes
opens up a
sense.
spot that he can be put on IR, not IR, but he's not eligible. So then you
Right.
put Tunyon and move him up. So
Gotcha.
four tight ends, baby.
Hey, I'm all for it.
Just
I'm
like
all
you
for it.
called.
Just like
you
I called. I don't know why we aren't listening to me anyway. Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So for this game, it's so hard to predict these first games.
Oh, yeah.
Because both teams are going to come out just a little bit
Yeah.
rusty at least, but the Chiefs will
Right.
come out a little bit less because of how tough their training camp is, and because they gave this last preseason game, they gave all of their starters over a quarter of play. And so I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to win this game, so they're coming back with a W, and they're going to win this game 27-17.
Whoa. All right. There you go.
That's
I love
what
it.
I got.
All right. Chiefs are coming out with a win. They're a 3-point favorite, according to Vegas. So I'm going to say 27-24.
All right. Well, that's pretty good too. So I'll take a
A
win
win.
either way.
Yeah, win-wins.
So
Yeah.
I just think that this first game, if it was later in the season, I would think this would be a much closer game. But because it's the first game, I think the Chiefs are going to run a little bit more.
You think
on
you're
them.
going to handle business, huh? All right. Hey, I like it.
All right, let's do our pick 6. So 6 odds predictions. Once again, do not use these to go bet. You will
please.
lose.
Please.
We do not know what we're doing. We're just doing this for fun and guessing.
Yeah.
So if you use this, we do not take any responsibility for
Yeah.
it.
This is our disclaimer.
That's right. It's our disclaimer. All right. So Mahomes 250 passing yards or more.
You just said you got the word in my head is balanced. So is that
know.
like? Yeah, I'm going to say he's getting that.
Yeah, I will say he's going to get that as well.
He's having a 2018 season. That's my bold prediction.
Oh man, that is a bold prediction.
With 56 touchdowns. Anyway.
All right, we'll get more of that here after we run through these. So, Travis Kelce, 50-plus receiving yards. I think he's going to get that because I think he is leaner and better shape than he's been in a while, and he might get that on 2 catches with his yards after the catch.
Yeah, Travis Kelce is the Chargers killer. I mean,
That's right.
I mean, he shows up for these Chargers games. Yeah, give it to me. Over.
All right. What do you have for McConkey with 70 plus receiving yards?
Yeah, Justin Herbert loves him, and you saw that throughout the year how much he went to him, and so yeah, he's gonna get open. But if he's in the nickel or the dime or the slot for, I think McDuffie might be covering him, so that would be huge.
Well, what do you guys? You getting that
Yeah,
or
yeah, give
not?
me the over, give me the over, give me the over.
All right. I'm taking the under on that one. I think McDuffie's going to follow him around.
Yeah,
As we've seen before, he's followed the guys around. I think he's going to follow him around. He's going to keep him under that 70. All right. Pacheco, 50 plus rushing yards coming off that injury.
yeah, give me the under. I think they're gonna try to see what they got in Elijah Mitchell, and also they're gonna give the ball Kareem Hunt. So I just not that Pacheco won't be productive. I think he will be, but I just think there's a lot of guys in the backfield they guys see.
Yeah. Well, I think it has nothing to do with the guys that they want to see. At this point, it's the regular season. You don't want to
Right.
see who you got. You want to play who you think is going to get you the best yards.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take the under as well, just because I think he's going to get a few big runs, but he is not a explosive run kind of guy. He's just a I'm going to run through you kind of guy, and
Yeah.
get up, as they say, popping, right? So,
Yeah.
all right, Chiefs over under 24.5 points.
Oh yeah, give me the over.
I'll take the over as well, as we both picked with our prediction. All right, Chargers sacks. Remember,
Oh.
new line here. So 3.5 sacks, over or under.
So the Chargers are gonna sack Mahomes 3 times?
Yeah, 3.5. So are they
Give
going to
me
get
give
three
me
or
the under. Give me
the
the under.
under? All right.
Yeah.
I'll take the under as well. I think their offensive line is much better
Yeah.
uh, than they say. So, anyways, one difference there between the two of us. We'll see
All
what
right, that's
happens.
good.
So,
We'll see.
all right, you kind of hint at your bold prediction a little bit. I'll tell you mine.
All
I
right.
think this Chiefs offense is going to have a top 5 scoring offense this
There
year.
you go.
And so they've fallen off a little bit, but I think they're coming back, and
Boom.
they're going to do that, as well as I think the Chiefs' defensive side is going to be in the top 5 in sacks as well.
There you go. All right, man. That is bold. Yeah.
That's what we call bold predictions. It's in the name. It's in the name. All right. Any
But
other
yeah,
bold
so
predictions you
yeah,
got
no,
here?
that was the only one. Was like Mahomes is gonna have a 2018 season, and he's gonna beat the touchdown passing record 55 to and he's gonna have 56 touchdowns. So everyone just better watch out. I think I'm taking a step further because I feel like that deep threat, which he has not had since Tyreek Hill has left,
Yeah.
and so I think we're gonna see a different Mahomes this
All right.
year.
Mahomes with 56 plus touchdowns this year. You heard it
Yeah.
here first from Dale Baker. So we're going to find out. So, hey, well, thanks for joining us this episode of the Kingdom Corner. Man, we hope you enjoyed this. Man, we are looking forward to this first game of the
Yes.
season. Real football is back. And maybe it's starting in Brazil, but it's back either way. So if you enjoy this, share this with your friends. And as always, this episode is brought to you by Oh Hey Threads. You can get you a super soft tee or hoodie at ohheythreads.com and support missions all over the world. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time right here in the Kingdom Corner.